Overthinking in a creative process is never gonna pan out well. For a creative process to actually come over you like a wave of just inspiration, you have to understand that it's not you. Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. I feel really good today. I have like this sort of inspiration, like just energy like flowing through me, so I decided to just pick up the camera and go for it, because from my experience, if you don't document or just somehow materialize inspiration and thoughts that come to you, they kind of just leave. So this is my effort in trying to document what I am feeling. I will start off by reading out loud this quick short poem that came to my brain like literally 20 minutes ago. The cyclic waves of inspiration manifests into stories and poems. And some are great hits, and some are miserably missed. But I only want to bathe in the essence of the creation, which is majority of that process. I want to throw away the beginning resistance and the ending victory, for I only want to sit still and meditate in the flow. The consistent driving force of the process, which is not mine, but I am blessed for it to be passing through me and allowing me to manifest it in divine time. Okay, so when it comes to your creative process, there's a lot of mystery with it. And there's a lot of mystery that you have to untangle yourself, because a creative process is not something that has a formula. It's not tangible evidence. Like there's nothing like that exists with the creative process. Not yet. Or there could be if there's a scientist ever that wants to work really hard and devote their life to figuring out the science and the formulas behind a creative process and how the neurons are actually working by seeing how their neuron patterns in the brain are lit up during certain thoughts. And I'm sure that whole thing exists, but right now I'm going to tell you the simplest way is that everything's a mystery, which can be a fear for a lot of people, but mostly, especially to me, it's exciting. It's unknown. There's no rules around it. Your creative process can literally look like anything you want it to look like. The only person that's going to hold you back from starting it is you, because you're going to be judging yourself and you're going to be like, this is weird, I shouldn't be doing this. One of the biggest things that I face that I seem to have an obstacle with in my creative process is judgment. Either that comes in the form of resistance, which is you're not going to be able to create something that's worthy of an audience, which is my first mistake, because in a creative process, you're not doing it for an audience, you're doing it for yourself. And in the process of doing it for yourself, you can showcase your creative process to the world, because the creative genius has come through you, and therefore it is a gift to you, and you can share that with other people, because we all have our own channels and we all have a genius. So it just kind of serves as inspiration to other people, and it's a nice way to bond on this planet as a human race, I believe. That's one side of it. Another thing that definitely holds me back and is an obstacle is getting stuck. So this is when I'm overthinking. And overthinking in a creative process is never gonna pan out well, because for a creative process to actually come over you like a wave of just inspiration, you have to understand that it's not you. When we overthink, it's because we give so much importance to ourselves and we start to believe that we are really important in the moment, when in reality, it's just an idea, or like you're just getting a sliver of the shared consciousness that we all have when a creative wave of inspiration unfolds on you. It's actually a gift. So for you to be able to put aside your ego is very important in a creative process. Being creative is a very brave thing. I didn't admit this to myself a while ago because it seemed cringy. A lot of things that I learned growing up were against the creative process, because I think sometime in humanity, probably the Renaissance time period, is when we started to have a more centralized idea of thinking, and that's where society was able to grow in terms of technology and societal norms. Spirituality kind of took a backseat because there's no empirical evidence for that type of stuff, which it's fine, whatever. As I'm not complaining, I'm just describing what has happened. But I'm noticing that maybe I'm an old soul that came from that time period, because I am trying to get back in that. I have one foot on the ground for sure, so I'm a very practical person. My other foot is like up up here somewhere. I like to just think about things in a very magical way. That's just how I like to think, and that's how I want to lead my life. Being creative, it's very brave because you're going against the norms of society. You're not doing what is expected of you to do. And this, by the way, isn't even true. Like, you can still be a creative individual while abiding by norms and still have like a job that you have work a 9 to 5, you have to pay your bills. Most of us are going to need to do that, but I really strongly urge everyone to just be creative in whatever way you can, because it's going to save your soul. There's mystery behind our existence itself. We are a creation, so for us to be able to have the ability to also create is so divine in itself. I can't even explain it in words. Also, you don't need to be expressing your creativity through words and videos. This is just the way a lot of people do it. There can be expression of creativity through cooking, through sports, through intense math equations, through reading. Honestly, any means, like the list can go on. That's the beauty of creativity. There's no rules around it. Like I already mentioned, no one can tell you what to do. And I think as a society, we might have been a little bit more, I hate to use the word brainwashed, because I don't think our brains are so weak that we can actually get fully brainwashed. I just think we've only been taught so far that things are done a certain way, and we need to see something for certain. We need to see someone else do something successfully in order to do it, because that's just what we're taught. Again, nothing's wrong with this way of thinking. It's just really far from, I think, what we need in this world right now. I just want to urge you guys to maybe start that. And the reason I'm saying that I think this way of thinking is very far from what we need, because I believe in order to evolve, we need a balance. Like, we need a balance of science and technology and formulas, and we need that stuff, which we're doing pretty good at in the world, but we also need to elevate our spiritual selves, because once we start to elevate our spiritual self and we get more in tune with us, we are able to figure out what natural talents we have. We're able to unlock an extra portal that the universe, the shared consciousness is sharing and trying to get the ideas through to us. These ideas will then manifest itself in the physical form, which is where the science, the research, the tangibility of these ideas come to play, and that will only help humanity. So there's two sides of the equation here, so we can't just only keep focusing on one side, right? These are just my thoughts on it. I also wrote another poem. I might as well just share this other poem, because why not? It's my video. I flow in this motion with great devotion to the path set ahead of me. I cry tears of fear, and also tears of weird and unknown mysteries. I signed the contract of enlightenment and have begun to plant my seeds of life, which will be conceived in the near, but the timing is not mine to decide. This poem maybe sums up what this video is about. My closing statement will for sure be that creation is not under your control. If you're gonna try to be creative, you gotta let things flow to you, and you gotta be positive, and you gotta go with the flow, man. You can't have things under control. That's another thing that we're so used to in society, is like always having everything under control, having our finances under control, having a plan for our future, knowing our retirement savings, RSP, TFSAs, investments, all this shit. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying that there needs to be that balance. So I just think when it comes to your creative process, it's a very meditative and sacred space that you're gonna be in. In order to fully be in the flow state, you gotta be able to let go and understand that you can't have everything under control. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and I'll see you guys next video.